Hello there everyone, guys. Is it time to go all in on Solana? And did I just buy some Solana? In this video, we're gonna talk about precisely this and what are my price targets for Solana and what am I doing personally and did I actually buy Solana or not? So to find out, please watch this video from the beginning and to the absolute end without skipping any of the parts, because otherwise if you're gonna miss something, well, it's not going to be my problem. It's going to be your problem. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also call me Mr. Sporon down in the comments if you enjoy these daily updates. And there is also a share button down below here on YouTube, which will help you to spread the word for the proper information so that there is less misinformation, more good information. So anyway, guys, let's just jump straight into this. And here actually is the price chart of Solana. And these boxes right here, this is very old. This is my price targets for the bull market, starting with like 2024, 2025, 2026. And these are actually old ones. So we're taking a look at the old ones before FTX has actually collapsed. So before FTX collapsed, my price targets, the absolute worst case scenario for me in the bull market come like 2025 was $400. And the absolute max, depending on how many market participants we have, how much global adoption we have, how much institutional money inflow we have. So all of these things have to be evaluated as you go. Therefore, sitting here today, right now, it's impossible to predict precisely where Solana is going to be, or Cardano, or Polygon, or etc. So these were my estimates. And one of the estimates was actually $1,500 at the most, like absolute top. So therefore, this could potentially be from today's price of about $15, this could come in at 100x. So literally putting in $1 right now into Solana could potentially mean in just like 2 years from today having $100 in your account, which is quite, and having 1,000 just turning it into 100,000 and 10,000 turning into $1 million. So now, but you know, without all these dumb kind of hopium scenarios, let's just talk about what is really happening and whether these targets are still relevant. And you're gonna understand everything, so I'm just gonna lay it out for you as it is. So just technically, quickly before we talk about what actually matters, technically we had this resistance, and once Robinhood, and we were trying to break above here and then trying to break above here, and then when this happened, this is when Robinhood decided to delist Cardano, Polygon, and Solana, and you know, give us this huge drop, actually from $21 all the way to like $12, so 50% drop in Solana. And the reason is because it's going to be a forced sale, and there's also a big fear that what if other exchanges are going to follow suit and also delist Solana and Cardano and Polygon and some other cryptocurrencies just because of them being deemed as securities by the SEC. So is this the buying moment, or is this the moment to actually dump everything? So let's just go through this. Let's take a look at what people are saying and what people are actually expecting right now before I give you my personal humble opinion and disclose whether I bought some Solana or not. So right now, yes, so basically we've seen Robinhood to delist Cardano, Polygon, and Solana tokens, which has led to this dump right here, which still kind of continues. And we've seen that Robinhood actually holds quite a bit, like 170 million, which is 13.1% of Solana, and then also the total estimate of what they are holding, and then the total is like $600 million, which is actually quite a bit. Also, Arthur Hayes, what we want to see is and understand, Arthur Hayes, which is just a legendary crypto dude, came out and said the following: a lot of forced selling of shitcoins, and he loves it. I got my shopping list and I intend to load up slowly over the summer. Whatever that is. So Arthur Hayes is loading up. So that's why, you know, this got me thinking as well. Should I be loading up on this? Is this an opportunity? Because as I spoke about my understanding in the previous video, and if you haven't seen my previous video, guys, check it out right here. Here is a link to it. As I've mentioned in that video, that currently this, you know, with Robinhood, this got nothing to do with the fundamentals, or not of Bitcoin, not of Ethereum, not of any cryptocurrency, including Solana or Cardano or Polygon. So therefore, you know, it kind of would make sense to be buying these, right? Because it's just a short-term setback, which is more fundamental, which is more just, you know, macro and legislation and exchanges than actual fundamental and technical of the actual project and the actual value of the project itself, if we put aside all these other outside factors. So that's why Arthur Hayes is actually saying that he's buying all of it. So and a lot of people also, before I give you my personal humble opinion, a lot of people are also saying that the hiking of the interest rates is at the end. So it is about, we're about to see a pivot, and we're about to see the liquidity come back to the market, and booyah, we have the bull market, right, leading into the next year of the Bitcoin halving, which is going to be next year. So that's why people are saying this, is because actually, guys, and this is a big reminder for you, we're going to see a CPI reading tomorrow. Latest release was May the 10th, and the next one is going to be June 13th, and the current reading was 4.9 and the forecast is 4.1. So they're expecting almost like a full-on 1 percentage point drop. So this is what you really want to be watching tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm gonna keep you guys updated tomorrow on this 100%. So and because of this, people are saying that, you know, everybody's starting to expect that there's gonna be no interest rate hike on Wednesday, which is going to be June the 14th, and there is a 78% chance of no rate hike. And also, what we were saying right here, that the majority of people are actually expecting that we're going to see no rate hike tomorrow, which is after tomorrow on Wednesday, which is June 14th, then July the 26th. They're expecting maybe a 50% chance of another 25 basis points, maybe. And then it's going to be all going down from there. So November the 1st will be basically in autumn. We'll see the first cut of the rates. So therefore, this will be a full-on pivot by the Fed, and we're not going to see a recession. Everything's going to go just up and just only up. So there is a lot of this hopium. And because of this, a lot of people are actually buying into Solana right now, and Cardano and Polygon, and actually all the tokens that have been, you know, delisted by Robinhood, causing these big drops in these particular coins. So, and that's why I was sitting there and I was thinking, okay, so Solana in particular. In this video, we're talking about Solana, and let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about also about Polygon separately and Cardano. Let me know in the comments. And guys, before we continue, if you want to see all of my trades and the trades of my team, then go down into the description of this video. This is actually where you're gonna find a link to my free Discord channel, where we actually post all of my trades and the trades of my team, and actually the trade results of our members. And there's like 40,000 traders in here. I mean, take a look: 80%, 700%, 6%. -6%, -2%, +10%, +500%, and these are all the results of our members. So if you're not part of this community, guys, please go down in the description of this video right now and join us. It's absolutely free, and certainly if you want an exchange that you can trust, then you can also find links to Bybit as well as BitGet down in the description of this video. BitGet gives you up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses and a 10% cashback bonus on every single trade that you take, which is crazy. So you get actually paid for taking trades on BitGet, and also Bybit up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. And once you deposit money, you can use your UID to join this VIP signal section for absolutely free for lifetime. It's not going to ask you for a payment, and the only way to actually get into these is by you having your UID that you've generated by using my link down below. So join us immediately. And now, drum roll, did I buy some Solana? And the answer is yes. So I did buy some Solana, I did buy some Cardano, I did buy some Polygon, because I think, again, number one, but before you turn off this video, watch this till the end, because I'm not done yet, because I'm gonna give you some very key details right now, okay? So the video is just getting started. So when you switch off at the moments like these, you miss the main points and then you're confused. Certainly, once again, I do believe that this is just a short-term setback. It didn't change the fact that Cardano is a good project, Polygon is a good project, Solana is a good project as well. So like, arguably, people will scream at me in the comments, and so be it. But among all the projects out there in the world, these are not the worst ones. So therefore, picking them up just because of Robinhood and this whole situation, this FUD, is not a bad idea. And considering the potential outcome for the project, I mean, even if, like, I have to admit, okay, it's very difficult to project right now, especially after FTX has collapsed, it's very difficult to project as to what is possible for Solana because of FTX. So let me just explain then what is my target, and let me just put this very straight right now. I did not buy much of it. So I did buy $30,000 worth of Solana yesterday night, just seeing it at about $15 a coin, and I'll just keep it there for long term, adding it to my existing bag of Solana, and that's it. So, you know, when I'm buying, like, for example, Bitcoin, I buy $500,000 worth of Bitcoin, like $100,000 worth of Ethereum. But here I just bought 30K worth of Solana, a bit of also Cardano and Polygon. So the reason why I'm not going all in on this right now, and why I think that nobody should, is because of this right here. FTX granted legal approval to withhold customer identities in bankruptcy proceedings. And what you need to understand here is that FTX is still going through its bankruptcy proceedings. And potentially, you know, FTX wants to restart itself and it's going to need all the money. So whatever Solana they're holding, and remember, FTX still, and Alameda, they're still holding crazy amounts of Solana. And if they were to decide to restart the FTX or whatever, any bankruptcy proceedings, regardless of what they do, they probably will, there is going to be a huge chance of them deciding to dump a lot of the holdings that they have, and like some altcoins like Solana will be first in line. So just to raise some money or to, you know, pay back the creditors. So this danger is still out there. And even if Solana has, you know, growing market cap, and I mean, it is still like 6 billion, okay? So, and it has some kind of a volume. So even then, the amount of tokens that FTX and Alameda are holding, and if they were to be dumped even slow, it's gonna provide such a crazy selling pressure that there is no way Solana could really perform like crazy. So there has to be a miracle for this not to have a huge effect. So for this reason, I bought a tiny bit of Solana, that there is a chance that, you know, we cannot, you know, that there isn't going to be this kind of a huge selling pressure from the FTX situation. Because understand, guys, please, there are so many things that you can understand, you can predict, you can measure, but some of the things like with the FTX, what they're going to decide to do tomorrow, you don't know. So therefore, it's high risk, and they're holding a shit ton of Solana, and they can actually crush the price far beyond, in my opinion, even $8. If they were to dump it, there is a good chance it could go to zero. So therefore, just because of the liquidity crunch. So I'm not saying not to touch it. I'm not saying like you should do what you want, you know, do your own research. Me personally, I'm buying a little bit of it, but understanding what might come, and also that this shit is probably not over among other exchanges as well. You have to be very careful. But this is short term. This here, bankruptcy proceedings of FTX, this is a looming danger until this actually is resolved. So we'll see what happens. Guys, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management, and be very careful with altcoins right now. If you buy into the ones you believe, just make sure you buy into them with small amounts of money. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Crawler, stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.